Kia ora, Libra. Excuse me. Thanks for joining me today. This is your reading for this full moon in Virgo, which is happening 6th, 7th, thereabouts. So it's only a day or so away. We've got these cards out. If you haven't tuned in before, thanks for joining me. And if you have, thanks for coming back. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We go through and clarify with a few other decks, Brian Froud, Morgan Greer, and Kim Cran's Animal card. I actually just pulled one here at the beginning, excuse me, and do check out the collective reading for this full moon in Virgo Libra. It's sort of like, maybe in a moment of sort of where things are illuminated a little bit, a sobering moment actually, to maybe if we had intentions a couple of weeks ago at the new moon or prior to that anyway, that we get a chance here at this point to just tweak our trajectory a little bit, perfect things a little bit, maybe, before the March rolls off in great speed, as time seems to be moving very quickly at the moment. So on that note, let's get into it. We have the Hawk coming out. I get this sense here that there's a period over the next wee while maybe that you're kind of looking at, you're just cruising, looking at maybe where what looks kind of beneficial or what looks helpful. You're surveying the Savannah, Libra. We come out now with the Knight of Discs. This is about managing. A great manager here, but there's a lot of seeds have already been planted. So we're very much working away here at managing the growth, because there's new growth here that needs to be sent off in its proper direction or through the proper channel to get it out there. To get it out there into the world, if that makes sense. We've then got the Prince of Wands. This is young, experimental. There might be a desire for some newness or for some, I say risk-taking, but I mean like just instigating some new projects, whether they fully take off or not. You might be feeling that sort of drive to do that. We then have the Six of Swords, which indicates a period of time where you are, in fact, whether you're aware of it now at this current time, moving to a more conducive place or port. Now, this can mean travel, but of course it can also be simply or actually more in a more complex way, a calmer place psychologically and mentally. It's a great balanced card, and we often go on these journeys. We're not necessarily in the spotlight when we do. We can be sort of undercover in some ways, And then we have, which has come out in literally practically every reading for this full moon in Virgo. We've got the Death card. A wonderful transformative process is occurring, if it hasn't already. And within that, we sometimes, in terms of we need to let something go before we move. Or we need to, lighten that boat a little bit, so we can move, whether that's simply internally, psychologically, or or whether it's in the physical sense. So let's go through and we'll clarify. Knight of Discs, please. The consummate manager gets things sorted out and, where they're going, where they need to go, all that sort of stuff. Too many. So clarify the Knight of Discs for Libra. We've got change is afoot. We've got the Two of Discs. We are keeping a balance. And there's a lot of movement going on around us, but we're keeping the balance. Part of that balance is a level of tension. So that's quite a good skill, It requires a level of tension to keep things in balance when there's a lot of movement around. There's an opportunity here somewhere that I just see this, can't help but see this lovely hawk, looking how they do, they swoop around, looking for a particular opportunity, and there is something that comes in a way, in a small way, a small offering, a small opportunity of sorts. Prince of Wands, if that makes sense, Libra. Remember, these are incredibly general readings. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I didn't say that before. Prince of Wands, please. I wouldn't say it's a holding pen, but there's a period of time where things are moving around you and stuff. And there is change afoot, but there's a period where it's just like getting on with the business of, the practicalities of life, really. So we've got the Ace of Swords. We're looking here at, which is clarity and really knowing what it is that, where you want to go, where you want to be, what you want to be doing, all of that. Ace of Swords, a clarifying moment, a gift. King of Wands came out before. Yeah, do we want to recreate ourselves, Libra? I'm not sure, but or take on or bring out different aspects of our own character here. So we're kind of upping the ante here from the Prince to the King. And the King is very much a motivator of others and a charismatic figure, life and soul of the party. We've got a card of assessment, the Seven of Discs. Are we trying to convince someone of something, to do something or something here? I don't know. But maybe we go about doing things in a slightly different way at this point. Six of Swords. Because in the reviewing with the Seven of Discs, we look back in time, see what, we've got out of our efforts. Are we doing things differently this time round? We've decided to, maybe. Six of Swords, we get the Ace of Abundance. We're walking through this. There's something about this movement, whether it's physical or psychological, that takes you to a calmer place, actually a place that's more conducive, because resources are coin, yeah, most definitely, but they are also people, and collaborative efforts and all of that. So we've got that Three of Discs, building new foundations after a time of moving across the water. Now, whether that's emotional waters whether it's physical, as I said, is moving to a more conducive place for you, Libra. And we look at death for Libra here for this full moon in Virgo. Transformative. There's a new freedom around the corner coming through. So it's kind of good to just cruise like that hawk for a while. We're looking at potentials and opportunities. That's okay. It's all par for the course, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Wheel of Fortune coming through. We're coming around, and this time we're on that top part. Sometimes we fall off, sometimes we don't, and sometimes we're right on the top. We're rolling with it. Could be to do with our generosity. We've got the Six of Discs on the bottom. Wonderful card again with that Six of Swords. Total sort of generosity, reciprocal giving, and therefore receiving. Just get a Brian Froud, Libra. Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairy for Libra. Looking at this Page of Cups. What's this? We've got new growth, so an opportunity, new boundaries, new home, maybe. The power of, what may appear to be a small offering could be something quite a lot more and long-lasting. We're looking at the green woman here. This is the power of, green force. But it's also the power of the hearth, like having a place to belong. It is your place where you belong. And so you have your boundaries more so within that. And the Seven of Discs. Seven of Discs. There's some unfinished business in here somewhere. And I do think it's sort of clearing up something in order to move on. We've got the feline. It is unfinished business. It's like we just have to exfoliate, get rid of that dead layer of skin to reveal a fresh new skin. We're doing things in a different way. We know how to manage that because we've done it before. And looking at the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is possibly this process of whatever this is, happens faster than what you think. This character is fast, driven by those things like, it's kind of a romantic sort of card. A poet, lyrical, fast movement. Speed is certainly not linear in this representation of that figure here. It's sort of going after what you desire. And we're looking at the Wheel of Fortune. There's an elevation in doing that and somehow being quite spontaneous. There's an elevation and evolution within that. Penelope Dreamweaver. We really are rising up. That's good, Libra. And just, if that makes sense, we're like second to last reading here. And in the whole process, here we go, the spider, we've woven our little web. Wherever one is, you've got a strong kind of internal home in this colourful web. Libra, so on that note, hope you got something out of this reading and that you have a wonderful illuminating time over the full moon. And do check out the collective reading. You might find that of interest. And any other readings whose titles stand out for you. Your ascendant moon, Venus and Jupiter, if you know what they're in. So on that note, thanks for joining me. Please do comment and like. It does help to shift the algorithm. It's always good to know that there are some people out there watching. Okay, copy there. Bye, Libra.